Maybe you're like me, that is so overwhelmed with all the how to create your goals for 2026 content, how to be that girl and change your life, use this system of mine to be that girl, how to do this, how to set goals the right way. This system doesn't work, use this one. Girl, I am overwhelmed, and I have been overwhelmed for the past few years now. After many years of consuming content like that, I finally figured out what the problem was. It's like it's so easy to get caught up. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I believe is not spoken about enough, which is the reality of the how to set your New Year goals content, how to be that girl, how to change your life, the right systems to use, or use this system to create your goals, use this system, steal my system, and all of that. There are so many content like that on the internet, beginning from the end of 2025 or last year to the beginning of this year, and that's how it has been in subsequent years, just to help people get prepped for the new year in order to achieve their goals. People get easily pumped up towards the beginning of this year, of the year, ready to set their goal, ready to move on, to do the right thing, to do what they have to do, be motivated to achieve their goals. Then towards the middle of the year, or as things continue to progress through the course of the year, they begin to get tired, they begin to get frustrated, feel stuck, and they have no idea what to do. This has been made so many times. This has been made so many times. Over the years, I have consumed a lot of those content, used practical methods that other creators recommended, and over time I usually get stuck in the middle of the year, and it's usually very difficult to like get back. The thing is, it's easy to set goals. It is so easy to set goals. The easiest part of achieving goals is setting them. It's so easy to write down that in a year you will read 100 books. It's so easy to write out that this year you start going to the gym, you get your workouts in, you eat healthier. It's easy to set these goals, but the problem is people don't talk about enough how you need to set structures in place to achieve these goals that you want to achieve. It's easy to set goals and not achieve them, and that has been the case for a lot of people over the years. You get pumped up with the systems and how you should set your goals, but you don't set structures in place. You don't set out a plan of action in order for you to achieve these goals. That's the reason why last year you planned to eat healthier but you didn't. That's the reason why you planned to read a lot of books this last year but you didn't. It's because you haven't set structures in place to achieve those goals. Of course, you should set goals. Goals are basically um, the things that you want to achieve to help improve the quality of your life. And if each year you want to improve the quality of your life, your work, your health, every area of your life, you have to set goals to achieve. So, goal setting is very important. Your previous year should not look like your present year, it should be better. There has to be a difference. Something has to be improved, there has to be an improvement. Okay, so that is the whole point of goal setting, just to improve the quality of your life. So of course you should set goals. Now the problem is people get easily overwhelmed by content of how to set goals, plan out a vision board or create a vision board or a prayer board, but still find it very difficult to achieve these goals at the end of the year. And why is that? Is because, like I said, they have not set structures in place to achieve those goals. In order for you to achieve your goals, you have to have a plan of action. You have to have a routine, how you will achieve it, what you will do, the necessary steps you have to take. It is very, very important. Okay. Motivation is not enough. Goal setting is not enough. You have to set structures in place, because when you are not motivated, how then would you continue? As you're setting your goals, make sure that you do what works for you. It's easy for you to want to copy your favorite or creator A's system or routine or structure, but you have to do what works for you, because you don't live the same lives. It's very unrealistic for someone, for instance, who has a 9 to 5 to copy the system or the routine or the plan of actions or structures of goal setting of a person whose job nature is much more flexible. It's actually really ironic because you don't even live the same lives. So even if you want to be inspired by someone's system, let it be someone who first has similar like life that you live, someone who has a 9 to 5 like you do, someone who works in the same, let's say, field of study as you do, someone who is a student like you, for instance. You have to really sit within yourself and do what works for you. It's easy to get overwhelmed by content like that, but the important thing for you to do is to sit down within yourself with your pen, with your paper, with yourself, plan out the structures or your plan of actions for achieving your goals in line with your routines, in line with the nature of your job, in line with what works for you. Okay? There are some people who are much more productive in the mornings. Some are much more productive in the afternoon. Some are very nocturnal. It's in the night. If you are not productive or much more productive in the night and you are much more productive in the morning, you should set your goals to do more in the morning. Isn't that like the wise thing to do, And do what works for you. Structure your goals, your plans according to who you are, what works for you, and the nature of your living. That is what it is. Don't get so caught up that you forget this very basic thing. Do what works for you. What may work for creator A may not work for you. What may work for creator B may not work for you. Okay? Their own is just a pump out content, and also some of them do genuinely want to help you by giving you cheat codes they've used over time. But if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. You still have to do your due diligence of sitting down within yourself and doing what works for you and doing what is right. And if that is for you to create systems that may be different from every other person, so that's fine. We all don't live the same lives, we're all different people. Okay, so do well to always remember this. And now my last point for this video is embrace uncertainties. Embrace uncertainties. Life is full of them. Okay, if you've been living this life for a very long time, you should know that life is full of uncertainties. Things will not always work out the way you may plan it to be. And when that kind of thing happens, what do you do? you know so I feel like even in your plannings, in your goal settings, make allowances for uncertainties, meaning that if something doesn't go as planned, don't beat yourself up for it. Don't feel like you failed or you've lost. No, life is uncertain. Things don't always go as planned. If you're a believer, you know that God will interrupt our plans for his, because if it's not in line with his will, he will interrupt them so that his will be done. Because at the end of the day, you are not the author of your life. You are not the owner of your life. You didn't create yourself. So the person who created you, who knows you better than any other person, and who knows your future, will obviously, when he sees you walking in a path that is not in line with his will for you, will disrupt it. It is very regular. Things don't always go out as planned, and you have to be willing to embrace the uncertainties that come with life. That is so important, because a lot of people last year were really angry, beating themselves up because they could not achieve some of the goals that they set in their vision boards or their prayer boards, or in their goal plans. But the thing is, you may not always achieve every single thing that you set out to achieve, and that's completely fine. Celebrate your wins and also mourn your losses, but at the same time, also look out for the things that you did not plan to achieve or you didn't set out in your vision board, your prayer board, but you were still able to achieve them. Like, people tend to forget that part a lot, and it marvels me. For instance, last year, I had a couple things in my vision board that I didn't achieve, but I didn't beat myself up about it because I still achieved a bulk of the things that were on my vision board. And I also achieved things that I didn't even plan to achieve, things that didn't even cross my mind towards the beginning of the year when I was setting those goals. I didn't plan to start my business as a virtual fashion stylist, but I did last year. it was not in my vision board, it was not amongst my goal, but I did. And will I say because I didn't achieve a few things like starting the gym, does that invalidate the other goals that I achieved? No. So, like I said, make allowances for uncertainties, make allowances for disruptions because things will not always go as planned. And when they do so, don't beat yourself up. Accept life for how it is and just, still move with what you can, move with what you have. Okay. So I just wanted to share that because in a lot of goal setting videos and how to achieve your plans and your goals and to be that girl and change your life content, I just want to let you know that there are a lot of things that are missing, lots of things that are not being told that you have to also put into consideration in as much as you are doing all those things. So I really hope that this was insightful. I hope that you learned a thing or two. And I hope most importantly that you learn to do what works for you and embrace the uncertainties of life so that if things don't go out perfectly as you planned, you don't get so angry or beat yourself up so much about it. And also, if this video was insightful for you, I would love for you to share it to someone who you know needs to hear this and it will help. Don't forget to subscribe so that this channel can grow, to like it, and then to comment. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know if, like me, you were once overwhelmed by videos like this or you still are. And if the points that I give spoke out to you, and if you won't have additional points, feel free to add them. I would love to hear. I would love to learn from you as you are learning from me. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next. Bye.